Hey there, I'm Lauren Lowry in the WSMV4 Now streaming studio with a story that our Brendan Tierney is covering for us this afternoon. And before we get his full report, I want to give you some backstory on it. There's a report, or at least some chatter online as of late, from passengers who say that BNA and the rideshare charges, the surcharges that go along with those Uber and Lyft rides, well, apparently BNA is one of the most expensive airports in the country to get a rideshare to or from. I want to pull up for you this one particular posting on, this is on TripAdvisor from a year ago. And the question that this particular post is asking is $63 Uber cost from the airport, which you see there. And it's saying, hey, anything that I've seen online is it's supposed to be about $25, but here I'm just given a rate of $63. What's going on? Well, we started to click around to figure out, well, yeah, what is going on? And we found this as well, looking at from Frommer's, which is one of the travel sites. Is your airport hiding big Uber and Lyft fees from you? And it goes through some of the major airports and it discloses surcharges. Now, before you see how Nashville compares, I want to show this to you full because this is important. So here's what we've been able to find so far, that mandatory passenger drop-off and pickup fees for Uber and Lyft are rarely disclosed, but we do know that there's some other ones that are there. For example, Nashville has a unique $2 tax on airport rideshare to fund Music City Center. Yeah, they put the fun in fund. And then there's a $5 charge each way to fund airport improvements, which we've been seeing the multi-billion-dollar expansion plans that the airport is doing with those New Horizon plans. And then when you add it all up, there's a $12 total surcharge, and it's one of the highest in the U.S. So knowing that, okay, keeping in mind $12 surcharge for Uber and Lyft, check out how we compare to some of these other airports. Look right here. Let me see if I can make it even just a little bigger for you here. So Boston Logan International, so Boston, $3.25 drop off, $3.25 pickup, and then it's reduced to $1.50 if you're sharing a ride. It's not $12. Here's the one in Chicago. Chicago O'Hare is $5 per ride. That's at least listed on its website. Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, $4 fee per rider. John Wayne Airport in Orange County, $3 pickup fee and drop-off fee. LAX, $4 pickup, drop-off. Even LaGuardia, all the Newark, New York, JFK, all of them, $2.50 per passenger, per pickup rather, drop-off and pickup. Orlando, $7. Okay, again, we're at 12 in Nashville. Reagan Washington International Airport, $5 per trip. Seattle, $6 per ride. Tampa, $5 per ride. So again, let me show you that full list here of what we got going on here in Nashville as I pull it up full. We know there's a mandatory passenger pickup and drop-off fee. We just don't necessarily know what that is. And then Nashville has that unique $2 tax on airport ride shares to fund Music City Center, and then $5 charge each way to fund airport improvements. And when you add it all up, it's a $12 total. So you think about the amount of money that people are spending on Uber and Lyft rides just to get to and from the airport. So our Brendan Tierney is looking into the story. He's gone to the airport today, speaking with passengers and with Uber drivers as well, talking with them about, you know, what is the future of this? Because even included, we know that some of the Uber drivers are concerned about what possibly is coming with the Music City Loop. Let me play you some of that video right here. So we know that the Boring Company that is owned by Elon Musk is essentially doing a deal with the city of Nashville, or with the state rather, to build one of those loops that goes into downtown, drops people off downtown. Instead of having to take Uber and Lyft rides, it would take people to the loop and directly downtown. So whether that ends up being a thing, something that actually happens, that will remain to be seen. But we do know it will cost a lot of money, and it will have if it does end up being made, it will have an impact on Uber and Lyft drivers. And they're saying already people who are flying into the airport are having some of the highest fees of anyone in the country. So those upwards of 40 million passengers that BNA is saying it's going to get to here in the next couple of years annually, Each of those people, if they're taking an Uber or a Lyft for drop off or pickup, they're paying a pretty penny in terms of fees that go from those surcharges that go to Uber or Lyft and then directly to BNA or Music City Center or downtown specifically. So you can be looking for Brendan Tierney's story. That's coming up later this afternoon. He's going to have everything we know, everything we've been able to gather and find out for you coming up in just a few hours from now. For now, I'm Laura Lowry in the WSMV4 Now streaming studio.